Walmart, Target, and Amazon.
Alexa, what type of fart does my wife do?
Three companies that really care about you. They care about you so much that you can pay them to deliver groceries to your house instead of having to drive to do it yourself. And so I got Walmart Plus, Target Plus, and Amazon Prime to see which one is actually better and which one we should really be paying for. Right here, I'm making a list of everything I need for groceries. And then I'll assign each different store different groceries so that each one has the similar amount of frozens, of non-frozen, so that it's even as it can be. But I don't want to buy the same thing 3 times because that just doesn't really make a lot of sense. No one does that. You know, no one does that. That's what they want. They want us to buy 3 of the same thing. They want us. I'm not doing it. Each app does their stuff a little bit differently, so I'm grading them depending on how fast I can actually get the order to without paying any extra. So this one, 1 to 3 p.m. is our best option for getting the groceries free today. But we have a problem. Because of where we live, Amazon will only deliver it tomorrow, overnight. They won't deliver it same day. Even though right now is only 9:50, which I feel like is a fairly good time to actually order groceries, but Amazon says no. So for category 1, Amazon is definitely getting a failing grade, and that's not entirely their fault. The distribution system for Amazon, sometimes the groceries are closer to houses, so your mileage may vary, but Walmart and Target are just closer, so they're doing better. Order number 1, complete. According to Target still, I can order something and get it here at the house at 11 a.m.
Ball puts up a 3-pointer. Bang!
That's in 1 hour, which is crazy fast. Faster than I could even buy it. But it says as soon as 11, which makes me think it's probably not going to be here at 11. But I bet it could beat Walmart, even though I ordered Walmart's earlier. It went from 11 to 12 just barely this very second, so it's still earlier than Walmart. And Walmart's I already ordered with, but the price is heftier, about $10 more, and I'm adding less things. It's almost 12:30, and we've got good and bad news. The bad news is there's definitely no groceries here, but the good news is I just received a text from Target that says that my shopper's coming. They only have 30 more minutes to get here, and they just barely started shopping. So good luck, I guess.
And with that, a little bit later, just barely on time, the Target order arrived first. Now keep in mind, I ordered this very last, so speedy-wise, that's pretty darn good.
Oh no, what? This isn't my order. There's 5 things of Dove in here. What the crap? What? Oh. This isn't looking good for you, Target. So one of the things I had on here, obviously, body wash. And I got the body wash that I wanted to get, right? But somehow, I ended up with not 1, okay, an extra body wash, not 2, but 3. 3 Dove Care body washes and 1 bag on the floor with a broken handle. I didn't break that handle. It was like that when I grabbed it and then it just all fell apart. By all measurements, as far as time goes, Target did the absolute best. Grabbing the right items, so far not so hot. You can see on the ice cream, like it's just a little bit squishy. Like there's some melting happening going on there, but it's nothing that's that crazy. For reference, this is everything that I ordered. So I got this, I got this, I got this, I got that, I got this. But unfortunately, instead of getting this right here, instead of the brownie mix, which was gonna be delicious, I was gonna make today, I got 3 Dove things. You can see on here, like that's everything that was delivered. Clearly this is an honest mistake. I'm sure my order got mixed in with someone else's, and so I'm not blaming anyone, I'm not upset, but this doesn't look very good for a grocery delivery service that the only order I've ever done, this is the only time I've ever ordered delivery from Target, it didn't work. I mean, most of the stuff I got, but no brownies. I think what I'm gonna have to do now is say that I didn't get the brownies, but it's also asked me to rate the driver, and I'm like, I don't wanna rate him a bad score. Because, you know, oh, so now it's asking me to tip. So Walmart at the beginning asks for a tip, like it's not required, but it's just there. Target doesn't say anything about a tip until after you get your groceries done, and you go to the app. I don't want to show the name of the driver, but this is the screen that I'm required to pass through on Target in order to get through. Now, this is an optional service, so I think it makes sense to tip, but at the same time, I feel like tipping is a necessary part of the service, which is more money that they don't tell you about. Because if I just went to the store, I could spend the extra 10%, 20% on more food. And in this economy, I could buy a whole meal for that $10. It wouldn't be a very good meal, but I could get ramen at least. I'm not saying that you shouldn't tip these people, because they don't technically even work for Target, but they should really be more upfront about it. Right now I'm going in to try to fix whatever happened, and I can go to click return, and then it says returning, but obviously just gives a full refund. And that's pretty much it. I still don't have the brownies that I was gonna eat tonight and pig out on and eat dozens of, but I have lots of body wash now. Oh gosh, it's so, oh man. It's all over my hands now. Ah, gee. I mean, it smells good. Ugh, sticky hands are the freaking worst.
A little bit of time later, Walmart's finally arrived. The order was placed neatly in bags on my doorstep, just as Target was. Fairly simple, but no broken bags this time, so that's positive, but unfortunately...
And all of Walmart's bonus points and goodwill for delivering in the snow are dashed away, because we didn't even get our entire order. We're missing at least 2 items so far. And the reason I know they're not here is because the 2 items we're missing are drinks, which couldn't fit in any of these bags. Also, the beef is leaking, which is another huge red flag. You can see whatever meat they picked at the store is leaking into the rest of the bag. It looks like good meat though, so I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but the fact that it's open is probably dangerous for raw beef. Frozens are still pretty frozen, but definitely a little watery, and the groceries are skimpy. There's like nothing in this bag. The butter is solid, and you know, the yogurt is yogurt, and the chicken that they picked is actually pretty good. It's still gonna require some cutting, but this is exactly what I would pick for myself too. So not only do we already have to pay a tip, so it's done, it's over. That money's gone, because I wouldn't tip a driver who took my stuff or forgot, you know, it's okay, but it's just not here. 4 items completely gone, which is unacceptable for a grocery delivery service, right? It is cold and wet out here. However, I'm honestly beyond baffled that so far both have been not very good. Target is a bit more of an interesting story, but Walmart is just flat out disappointing. You can even see in the delivery photo that they took, there's no baguette, there's no drinks. How in the world do you, like what? What? Thankfully, it's pretty easy to submit missing items, much better than it is at Target, but 4 things is kind of crazy. And the bread is actually something I needed for tomorrow, so I don't know what to do about that.
The next morning, the Amazon groceries came about 30 minutes before I got out of bed, around 6:30, which is pretty good and on time, so they get marks for that. It's just a day later than everyone else.
The drinks actually came this time. Our bag of rice, croutons, which I need for today to make lunch, and our cheese grater. Next is all of our steaks, which actually got a good amount because they are supposed to be fairly cold like the beef was. And they also tend to have a lot of juices in them, which the goal was to see if they would actually leak, but they didn't. They're both pretty intact. Although they don't look the greatest ever, they look pretty solid. And in this bag also, we've got our first frozen. Now this hash brown conglomerate here is supposed to remain frozen. It doesn't feel very frozen at all. And I think partially because it's with refrigerated things. So these things remain relatively cool, but this one is supposed to remain pretty cold. And even though they do include a water bottle, which melted quite a bit, as far as this frozen thing specifically goes, it definitely didn't do as well as I'd say probably the ice cream did. Amazon is the only one who actually delivered everything that we ordered. All of it. And we ordered more from Amazon than we did from the others. The only thing that was worse is that it had to take a little bit longer to get delivered. But I also wasn't asked to pay a tip, so Amazon feels like a pretty clear winner here. But there is just one problem. Amazon selection can be extremely limited. Now, some things like ice cream here are available every once in a while, like the cookies and cream one, but sometimes they just aren't. And when I ordered everything, I couldn't see any of this stuff available, but now it's available today. So with Amazon, it's kind of a hit or miss. You may be able to find all the groceries that you need, and in a pinch, it's pretty nice if you plan for the next day, but they definitely don't have a large selection like the other two.
Well, the hash browns may not have been super frozen, but they made a good one.
And now it's time for the final scores. We've got Target, Amazon, and Walmart. To start off, we're gonna talk about the price of each one if you had it for an entire year. Technically, all of these, I think you can buy monthly, but we're going with the annual because that makes the most sense for this experiment. To start, Amazon costs $140 a year. For Walmart and Target, those are both almost $100. The price doesn't include the tips that aren't required, but every single time you go to checkout or after you look at the order page on Walmart and Target later on, they always ask for a tip. Target is the worst offender of this because it wouldn't let me skip the tipping screen at all. I do think it makes sense for these delivery drivers to get tipped. They're doing an extra service. But the fact that it feels more forced upon you and required just makes it kind of disheartening, especially when you're paying $100 a year just to have your groceries delivered to you. So for the price category winner, Amazon here gets a 9.5 out of 10. $140 is still a lot for free shipping, especially these days when most orders over 35 are free, but Walmart gets a 7 out of 10 here because their prices are better. The price of groceries at Walmart is just better than Target. Target is more expensive, so you'll end up paying more, a higher tip, and more for groceries if you go for Target, because it does a percentage of how much you're actually paying. So if you buy the same stuff, Target here is last. We're giving a 5 out of 10 for Target because the price just doesn't really make a lot of sense. But that's not the whole picture because we need to talk about delivery time. And that is where Target truly shines. I was expecting Walmart to be king. They have more stores than either of these two, and it just makes a lot of sense for Walmart to be getting those groceries to you faster. But it wasn't like that at all. Target was the winner of delivery time with a score of 10 out of 10. They were incredibly fast. Within 2 hours, I received my groceries. They may not have been correct, but I received them all on the doorstep lightning fast. Walmart is our second. It was still fairly fast, but definitely slower. And Walmart gets a 6 out of 10. I ordered Target's hours later than I ordered Walmart's, and it came before Walmart. But then there's Amazon. Oh, Amazon. Their delivery for groceries and things that are perishable is a little bit harder to get to, and there are quite a few places that this isn't available at all. So for me, where I ordered these two was only able to get overnight delivery. And now it's time for my favorite category, order accuracy, where these two stank. Walmart and Target weren't actually that bad. I want to preface by disclaiming, I'm not trying to harp on any of the drivers who were part of the Walmart and Target team. Mistakes happen, but clearly there's a system that's better with Amazon than either of these two. They get 10 out of 10 full marks. However, when we get to Target, which was the fastest, but we were missing Ghirardelli chocolate brownies, which are so freaking good. If you haven't had them before, please just try them. I promise your life will change. Instead of getting the brownie box, we got 3 Dove men's body wash. I have no idea who's ordering 3 Dove body washes from Target, but you must stink. That's why Target gets lower marks here at 5 out of 10. We got extra stuff, but missing something is a big no-no for delivery service. That just shouldn't happen. The Target delivery driver did end up messaging me maybe like half an hour-ish after the items were dropped off, asking if something was amiss. So clearly this was caught, which kind of helps in their favor, but at the same time, it was too late to do anything about it. Walmart completely, absolutely bombed this. They did so bad and I was so sad. I don't even know why. But 4 items were missing from my Walmart order. I never got a message from Walmart or a driver saying, hey, we apologize for this inconvenience, or hey, we may have forgotten something. It was just completely omitted. Walmart gets a 4 out of 10. They were just slightly lower than Target here. I didn't feel like giving them too low because it was 4 items and they had technically the largest order, but still, we shouldn't be missing anything, and that's a problem. And now for our final category, which could determine the winner, we're gonna talk about the quality. What I'm talking about quality is how it arrived here. Part of the reason Amazon gets their score for delivery are these bags right here. Amazon delivers with insulated bags, which as we saw, don't quite keep frozen things super frozen, but cold enough to last throughout the night, or at least a few hours on the porch. These bags are truly something unique, and although they don't make up for the entire delivery, I feel like the extra points added make sense for a bag that's actually pretty cool and doesn't cost any extra. They still don't really keep things frozen very well, and the hash browns I got were definitely not frozen when I received them. Now with Target, overall delivery was fine, but one of the bags was damaged, and so it fell apart when I picked it up. You can see the video here, which was not fun. Also, some of the items were slightly damaged. Like, even though I didn't order that thing of body wash, it still was leaking. They get a 7 out of 10 here because it's not terrible, but there were just like some damaged things that made the experience a little less good. For Walmart, I'm giving 8 out of 10 as well because all the items that were delivered were in great condition. The only downside with Walmart was the ground beef, which was leaking quite a bit inside the bag. It just makes me a little concerned that like some contaminants may have gotten inside that ground beef, which is not good. And with all of that said, combining every single score and obviously adding Amazon a few extra points for the cool bags, we end with 3rd place, going to Walmart. Which means our 2nd place goes to Target. Target Circle 360 receives our 2nd place ranking for these grocery delivery services. They performed where it matters, getting here super fast in a pinch, and getting extra items is cool, but also keeping everything in fairly good shape, which means our final winner of the grocery wars is Amazon. Amazon knocks it out of the park with price. Annually, it's a little bit more expensive, but you never have to tip, and the groceries are very, very reasonably priced, if not on par or better than Walmart, which to me is kind of crazy, but also makes sense because they don't have to pay for a physical store. The delivery time was not good, but the order accuracy was 10 out of 10. They delivered everything and it came all together. And the food quality was good enough. Even though some of the stuff was unfrozen, the fact that it stayed cold and we got a free water bottle more than makes up for the issues. So that makes Amazon coming in at a final score of 7.5 with a little bit of extra bonus from those cool bags and bottle. Target coming in at 2nd place with the score of 6.75, so not too far behind, and Walmart Plus in dead last at 6.25. All 3 of these were insanely close, mere points off from one another. So could you go wrong with any of these? Probably not, but could you go right with any of them? Probably not either. Amazon, I think, is the best option for you if you already have Prime, and maybe one of these too if you don't. But if you're price conscious, just go pick up groceries at the store. It's not that hard. Subscribe.